Talking about the book, I remember you telling us ages ago that you were writing it, and here we are now with the imminent release of Go Gently. Tell us about it, when it comes out, where can we get a copy?
Yeah, so it comes out on the 19th of April, so like nearly less than 2 months away. Yeah, I'm kind of like excited and scared at the same time to have a book like out. You feel quite like I've poured everything I have into this book. I've loved writing it so much, and really it's just, it's obviously full of information. It's really full, it's very practical. It's very kind of like things that you can apply to your day-to-day life, kind of projects, recipes, kind of guides, kind of handbook idea. So I hope that people can read it cover to cover, but also it's a kind of book that you could just dip in and out of as well, like a cookbook is. And yeah, I'm excited. As I say, like a bit nervous. It's always like when you put your everything into something, there's always that like first like fear of like you suddenly feel quite vulnerable. But I'm excited for it to come out. And I just recorded the audiobook the other day. That was really fun to do.
I think we must have been at one of the Universal openings or something like that. We were definitely on a promo trip. And I remember you had this huge water bottle with you. And you hadn't mentioned it or anything like that. And I said, Bon, what's up with the water bottle? I can't remember the exact word analogy, but it broke it down very simply as I can refill this and I'm not damaging anything else by contributing more plastic waste. But just looking at simple things like that even from someone who, even though you weren't saying it to anyone at the time, it was quite easy to see that you were doing that already. So it's great that you're able to now put that in more of a, as you say, for front and center for a lot of people to notice who may be curious of it or even doing it already, but may think, some different ideas. There's a difference between maybe just chucking a bottle or whatever in the plastic recycling bin, but what happens to it after that?
Yeah, like you're saying, like how you notice me have that water bottle, like, big thing with different ways we can like inspire action. Obviously, we do need sometimes people to give these like crazy inspiring speeches or in front of huge crowds, as there has been in movements gone by. But there's also nothing as powerful sometimes as just like noticing someone that or even in the street doing something that like displays some type of like action or kind of behavior that is like a model behavior or something. You're like, oh, I like that idea, and they're not like shouting at you across the street like, why haven't you got your reusable water bottle, kind of thing. They're just like carrying it and smiling and this is what I do, and not sharing that information, but not like in a judgmental way. I think is so important, because for me, if someone starts shaming me that I'm not doing something, I'm like, I get more angry and I don't want to do it. That's not usually like that beneficial. So I think it's just like how it's communicated, and also like there is literally no way we can be like perfectly sustainable environmental humans when so many systems are like so broken. It makes it impossible for us to be like perfect or whatever that is. So the book is really about like this idea that like there is no right or wrong, good or bad, like, and we can't be perfect, and actually it distracts us from having a go and being imperfect in doing it. I think so many people can be, I've been so surprised at how many people have been like so scared that they'd do something but get it wrong, or they feel intimidated by, certain kind of communities of people or certain types of shops to walk into. So I think it's like that is the big part. Like unless that like is broken down and people feel like safe and accepted to just give it a go, like it's going to stop loads of people from just like trying in their own way. And like even if it's just like one thing you implement, and also it can change, like one week you remember something and then the next week life happens and those things disappear for a bit, but then they come back. Like it's also okay that like our lives change, and habits we implement can't necessarily be like every day forever. It's just like not human. Slam dunk, are you ready?